Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Be Saints Awakened. I'm Cecilia Watson, and I'm here with Andrew Birkin. Today, we have a very fun, very energetic guest with us here, and I'll let Andrew do the honors of introducing him.
Thank you, Cecilia. So today we have the one and only Andrew Dalton. He is the director of the big event here at McNeese, and so that's what we're going to talk about. He's going to kind of explain what the big event is, and we're going to talk about community and all that fun stuff. So, Andrew, if you want to introduce yourself, and then we can get started.
Okay, well, thank you, Andrew. I'm sorry for that very premature woo in the middle of the intro, but I'm super excited to be here.
Great.
Yeah, you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes.
People get to know you.
Ooh, okay. So,
where do you come from?
my name is Andrew Dalton. I was born and raised here in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and I am a sophomore here at McNeese. Like Andrew said, I'm the director of the big event. I'm also in SGA. I'm the senator of the College of Education, so I represent that college, but my major is psychology, so it's a little different.
Right, but they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
They're all part of,
They're all pretty much in sync. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, was the goal? The goal wasn't always to come to McNeese, because I remember seeing you at Suella.
Yes, so that is very true, actually. So this is my second fall here, but my first fall, my freshman year, I was full-time at Suella, or I had some classes at McNeese, so I was kind of dual enrolled at both universities, and then by the time last spring came, I was fully enrolled at McNeese.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sweet.
I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah, go Flying Tigers.
I knew you bounced back and forth, but
We had a class, I think it was a psychology class we had together. It was online.
Really?
Well, we studied it in the library at McNeese.
Oh wait, yes, yeah.
I think it was psychology.
It could have been. I took like 101 over there, so that could have been it.
I don't remember what I took. But anyways, yes, thanks for joining us. I don't know what she knows, but I personally don't know anything about the big event, and that's not because I chose. Wait, excuse me. I did choose that. Like I didn't want to know anything because I knew that you were going to come on, and so I wanted you to be able to like explain it to me and to Cecilia, and so we have all of our raw, real questions. Like I know little to nothing about it. So why don't you go ahead and get started? What is the big event at McNeese?
Yeah, for sure. So the big event at McNeese is brand new. I mean, it started just as an idea here in the spring, but it originated at Texas A&M. And it originated in 1984 when literally the president of McNeese, the student body president, he saw a disconnect from the student body and the community. So he wanted to bridge that gap. So he grabbed like 4 or 5 friends and they just cleaned up a cemetery. Like they wanted to give back and show that they cared for the community that gave so much to them, as students. Mm-hmm. So it started out with just an idea, but that idea like literally built a foundation that has been strong since 1984, And what it is now is like the bones of it is just a physical thank you card to the community.
Yeah.
So students go out for one day in the spring semester and they serve the community by acts of service like yard work, painting, raking leaves, doing like mulch, anything that they can for a local resident of the Bryan College Station, Texas community, just to express that gratitude, because like at the end of the day, any university, the students are taking up like roads, they're making traffic, game day stuff like that takes time out of the community, just to live their daily lives, let alone ours. So it's a really powerful thing. And yeah, I mean, the big event, it's truly blossomed. It's crossed over to 140 different universities around the world.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some internationally too, like in Germany and China.
Oh, cool.
which is crazy.
And so it originated in Texas, you said?
Yes, at Texas A&M.
And now it's all the way in Germany.
Yeah.
Wow.
And our little boot of Louisiana.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And what did the process look like of you asking to do this at McNeese?
Okay, wait, pause. Because I have a side question.
Yes.
You brought it here?
Yes.
You brought it to McNeese.
Yeah, I can bring that in too. Why?
I didn't know that until she just asked her question.
Yeah. No.
Well, actually, I think I did. We talked about this. Never mind. Go ahead.
It's okay. So for me, the big event's like all about legacy, truthfully. My parents, both of them, graduated from Texas A&M. They met there, you know. If they didn't go there, I wouldn't even exist, you know. But they served and volunteered day of for the big event the first few years.
Wow.
Yeah. My dad was class of 83, just so like a year after the big event was formed, and then my mom 85. So it's literally like homecoming, you know, bringing it here, and it means a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So her question was, what did the process look like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Who did you have to go to? You had to
Oh.
go to the big man.
So I'm going through. It's a lot. It's still a big process. Like I said, it was just an idea in the spring. You know, we were thinking. Me and my mom actually, we were talking over like, how can we engage the students and instill further student pride in our campus. So it just started as an idea, but I brought it up to people I thought could really get the ball rolling. You know. Dr. Michael Nichols. He is, I don't know what his role is at McNeese.
You're talking about vocals?
Yes. He's a big dog. He's a big dog. He's up there, yeah. But then also Dr. Wade, the president.
We had him on.
Yes, I saw that. Shout out. And then like the organization director, who her name is Jacqueline Clark, but she's now over the first year experience program.
Okay.
But yeah, and I mean, it's the big event has been at Lamar, it's been at Tech, and it's at UL. So it's it's known,
Right.
at some level. Yeah.
It's not unheard of.
Yes. Yeah. And it's huge in Texas. There's a lot of schools that do it.
That's awesome.
I'm sure that's where it started.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me for Texas A&M though.
Yeah.
Did you not have? I thought you had to go through the mayor.
Yes.
Charles, did you not?
Yes. So that was the old mayor. So I'm still in the process of getting that done. You know, kind of getting the all go with the new mayor's office and cabinet, but the city was 100% behind it.
That's awesome.
And yeah, I mean, it's literally giving back with nothing in return, other than just like serving.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like you said, just like a thank you,
Yeah, for sure.
Giving back just as like, thanks. We take up a lot of your streets.
Yeah.
A lot of it, Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
No, I think it's very needed, especially in Louisiana. Like, it's all about community, truthfully.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So what you said students get together one day in the spring semester to do certain tasks and whatnot. How is that process, decided? Where you're gonna go, what tasks you guys are gonna do, and who all shows up?
Yeah. So,
because you mentioned a resident. I'm thinking, so there's one resident that we are doing this work for, or what?
So sorry. Yes. So the residents. So in the spring, residents can fill out a form to sign up to be served. Right.
Oh, okay.
So that's the most that they do. They don't pay for anything. The big event, the purpose of it is, it's not like any other organization. It's not for any social economical need. If some person's house got damaged for a hurricane, we're we're not just going to cater to them. You know what I mean? It's for everyone in the community.
Yeah.
So what it looks like getting the day of is what we call it. It's a whole year of planning and processing. Like, we have 6 different committees that each committee kind of tackles something, and they complete the task like tentatively leading up to the year of. So they have committee members that kind of all have a role to play to accomplish those goals within each committee. But yeah, so they serve the residents, kind of fill out the form and be like, my garage is messy. Could you literally just clean up my garage? You know what I mean? Or I have mulch. I just need someone to lay down the mulch, do the dirty work. If someone's like kind of older and they can't like do that themselves, so it's helping out where we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it several, I don't know if you already said this, I'm sorry. Is it
Okay.
several locations that you all do in one day? Or is it one location that you all do in one day?
Yes. So it's several like locations. So to give an idea, the big event today is roughly serving over 5,000 residents with 22 student volunteers. 22,000. I'm sorry. Yeah, 22,000 volunteers. So we have kind of groups of students. They can either sign up individually or as a group, and they get assigned someone's house. So they go to serve in whatever way that looks like for that resident. But there's obviously like protocols we have to go through to ensure that it's safe to send.
Right.
But yeah. And
okay, I follow now.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not just for residents either. It's also for nonprofits.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And then the people that are serving are truly like anyone from campus. Like, it can be what we're doing here at McNeese is Sewella students can volunteer day of. We have dual enrollment students, graduate students, alumni, staff, faculty. You can serve literally with like your math class. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah.
That's awesome. And what has involvement looked like? Have you gotten a lot of like good positive response from the students and from your committees? Like, do you have people excited and hype about this?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of excitement, definitely. Like, the executive team that we have is formed. We're still missing a few holes, but it's kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
it's no easy task for sure.
No, it's huge. It's a big event. There's not a lot of like. One of the struggles we've been seeing is there's not a lot of awareness about it. So I think that stops a lot of people because they just don't know if it's going to work or not, or they've never heard about it. So they just don't know,
Makes sense.
Yeah. So it's a lot of like going to organizations or meetings and presenting it to colleges or the orgs to kind of bring awareness to it, to try to get people in.
Yeah. But that's really special. That's a lot more special and efficient than sending out an email.
Yeah.
Or as it might feel like taxing, like, man, I have to give all these talks. But I can guarantee by you actually physically being there and talking to these people and looking them in the eye, it is probably doing a whole lot more than an email or, a social media announcement or something like that. So that's awesome. And I'm sure you're gaining a lot of skills.
Yeah.
The process of doing all of this. So it's impressive.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I've really been enjoying getting to know people and introducing myself, and just really like, it's truly like McNeese is a community in of itself, but I don't feel like a lot of people kind of know the classmates, that you sit next to every day.
Yeah.
And that's what the big event does. It like presents an opportunity for the students to not only grow together like in closeness, but also with the residents to build a relationship with them.
Yeah.
So that's what it's really been like right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. So with you being so involved and, your family has been doing this and now you're bringing this here, obviously community means something to you. What kind of inspired you? What kind of tugged at your heart that you felt like you needed to bring this here?
That's a good question. Honestly, so in the last spring, when my mom was telling me about the big event, I heard nothing about it. I never knew what it was, but just listening about the literal whole like campus-wide community going out to serve other people. Service in of itself has always been a big thing in our family, but community, like we're a close-knit family. We go on a lot of trips together, we love each other dearly, right? So when I heard this huge act of service towards other people, I literally teared up, y'all. I like genuinely, like, it was overwhelming hearing about it. So just being able to like bring, like I said, like a legacy, of A&M from like that's tied to my family in some way since they served. That's what really brought it over here for
And
me.
the conversation happened because he was talking to me about wanting to somehow connect the students. When you go to games, there's so few people who stay. They just take off, and he just felt a real drive to somehow make that connection. And there literally is a disconnect. And he was talking to me about that. What can I do? What can I do? Just talking out loud about it. And that's when I mentioned big event. And when the person who did start it, like Andrew said, it was just 6 people, the very first one. Now it's over 140 universities domestically and internationally, and continues to grow. And the community is so supportive of McNeese, even though sometimes you don't see the support, even
From the students. Yeah.
The community of Southwest Louisiana is there, and they're all into it. And as soon as Andrew talks to anybody about this that is in the position to make things happen, to make this successful, they're all in it. They said, we have 100%. You have 100% of our, including the foundation, McNeese Foundation.
Yeah.
And so, as Andrew pointed out, it's a big thank you to everything you've done for us and continually do for us throughout the years. This is our small way of saying thank you.
Yeah.
To see it in action. He was talking about the residents and nonprofits and 22,000 kids. That's just at A&M. That's just one university. We obviously can't compete with that because there's only 6,000.
Right.
Yeah.
But the point is saying thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real heartfelt organization. And as soon as I told him that, that's when he said, oh my gosh, we got to bring it here.
Yeah. I mean, think about like Hurricane Laura, all the devastation that happened to our community right here. We all mourned for the losses that we had, but then we all got up together and served each other, helped out where we could with our literal neighbors, and that's what the big event is. It's just helping, and it's literally to serve and to give back.
Yeah. I also think it's a good reminder that you don't necessarily have to be going through something catastrophic to help a friend,
Yeah.
to help the community. Like, you don't have to be in the worst position to finally be like, hey, you know what, I'm going to give you a hand.
And residents and nonprofits can sign up every year to have them come back. And so that's another way that students form relationships with the same. So it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's very.
Yeah. At A&M, they have multiple people who get served return, so you can continue to have that growth, like she said, with those students. But yeah.
Awesome. Do you have any other points? You had a lot of notes there.
Yeah. So I know you asked earlier, like, what's the process of kind of how it works to the day of?
Yes.
And I mentioned the different committees. So the big event works in, like, there's a structural leadership. So I am the director. I oversee the committees and overall everything with the organization and like the liaison between the campus and the community. But then we have like an associate director who handles like the finances, that she's acting as like the CFO, because like it takes a lot. It takes money,
Like a business.
Exactly. And then we have like executives. So there's 2 executives in each committee, and there's 6 committees. But yeah. Good. tell you more about the committees if you want.
Go for it. We've got time.
Okay. So the first committee is development. That's like the internal and external growth of the actual big event. They kind of act as like the cheerleaders, of the team. They do like retreats, staff socials. They do planning, like interviews and training, making sure everyone's on the same page. And, the people that we bring into the organization are aligned with the goals, and the focus of what it is. Because like we don't necessarily want someone who just wants to volunteer because it's good for the resume. You know what I mean? I mean, like that's still part of it, but we're looking for people who are passionate, to serve. And that's the real thing about the big event. And then we have operations. Hey. So operations is our tool team. They handles all the tools and the logistics of it, the ones that we give to the students. And there's like a tool distribution spot. And so where we're looking at for the big event, we're trying to get the like alumni pavilion in the legacy parking lot too. I think that'd be a good place to have it. And then so tool distribution would give all the tools to the students before we send them off to serve.
Right.
And then donor relations. This is our team that creates a healthy relationship with sponsors and donors, making sure they're recognized for what they give us, like logos, stuff like that. And they maintain that relationship. And then PR is like the apparel, the social media, TikTok, all of it. And they're overall like the communication of the big event.
Yeah.
And then programs. So with what the day looks like, it's called the kickoff ceremony. That's the first thing. It's where we have students come together. We have a stage, vendors, performers, and speakers. So in terms of vendors, me and my parents, we went to the big event at A&M last March, and they had Celsius, guys. Celsius.
Wow.
Like, it was great. It was just free stuff. They had some tacos, some breakfast tacos.
Cool.
So that's an example of like what the kickoff is. And then they had like their performers, like yell leaders, which are like their cheerleaders, stuff like that. And then recruitment is where we would be bannering, tabling. That's the other committee. And just overall bringing in people, like speaking at organizations, doing stuff like this, But yeah, all of these different committees work tangibly together to complete their task. And they all have specific ones throughout the year. But yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Well, I have some personal questions for you on the flip side of this conversation. But I wanted to make sure that you had kind of put everything out that you wanted to about the big event. So was there any updates? What's it going to look like in the future? Where is it going? What do you foresee kind of?
Okay. Yeah. So for this spring, we are going to have the actual date right now is set on April 18th. Yes. So that's a Saturday. And in terms of like getting stuff ready, we're still definitely doing that, right? We have to find like the place. We have to confirm all these things, but I'm super excited to bring it to McNeese. It's obviously not going to be at the same scale of like A&M, but it's also just the first year. So my goal is that what we are starting here at McNeese goes beyond our time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it leaves a lasting legacy and just overall tradition for McNeese to the community.
Awesome. Well, if you continue to give Cecilia and I updates on the event in the spring on April 18th,
yes,
we'll be sure to keep mentioning it and promoting it on here as often as we record, just to help get it out there. It sounds like a good thing that you brought over here, and I'm excited to kind of watch it bloom. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I'm super excited. I'm excited to see how it goes.
For sure. Okay, so we've been talking a lot about community, right? So I sent you a couple days ago just a few basic questions for you know, your personal intake on what community is and what it means. Okay. So the first question that I sent you was, why do we need community as Christians instead of trying to live alone? And I'm sure you can find ways to relate these questions to the big event. So,
Yeah.
about it.
So the question is, why do we need community as Christians?
Yes, sir.
Well, I personally think like all of our like communities really about faith, I guess.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because if we're as Christians, we're living out the word of God, we can't really do that by ourselves at times because you're going to struggle and you're going to fall down. Like Peter of Cyrene, I believe that's how you say it.
Simon.
Simon. Yes, I'm sorry.
The cross.
Yes, Peter. Or Simon. Simon. Why do I
Peter.
say Peter?
Well, Simon Peter is another.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, separate person.
Yes. Yes.
That's an example of community right there. You know, whether he wanted to pick up that cross or not, he chose to. You know, he chose to help God and be alongside him in his struggle. Obviously, he couldn't do it the whole way. You know, but he, like, in a way, leaned, like God leaned on him with help, you know, with the cross. So I don't know. I think it's really important to have community with just going through faith because you are going to fall and you need someone to help you get up, right?
For sure.
And you need someone to help you kind of be a better Christian than you are. You know, you want to be around and surround yourself with people who are kind of better than you or smarter than you or who can do things better. You know what I mean? So you can aspire to be that person.
Right.
And that goes with like surrounding yourself with the right people, right?
Mhm.
People who want to know God, who live to, you know, hold the same values as a Christian. And I think that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason as to why things like Newman Centers exists, you know, because
Newman Center has a great community.
Yeah.
because we're not made. It's not just, you know, us in the midst of everyone out in the world that we're supposed to evangelize to. Like we're supposed to be out in community and doing that alongside people who are cheering us on and supporting us and who are walking in the same ways that we are, whether they're falling and we're going, hey, like I see you, like let me help you, or whether it's like, hey, you're doing a great job, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Man is not made to live alone.
Nope.
How does being part of a community help us grow closer to God?
That goes into kind of what we were just saying. A good example of this is like candlelight. You know what I mean? It's easy to just go, but it does take like evangelization because you always want to bring that to someone else, right?
Oh, yeah.
So literally just be like, hey, are you doing anything? Like, you should come to Bible study. Do you know what this is? Like, come to candlelight. And yeah, I think it's easy to be of the world, but I mean, it's hard to not be. You know what I mean? And
No, for real.
we all want to aspire for that.
That is true. Candlelight is my favorite mass ever, and I think most of the people downstairs would agree with that.
Yeah.
It's every Thursday at 8 p.m. here at the Newman Center.
They do have confession and a rosary starting at 7:30, which is also awesome, and you should go. But another thing that I was gonna say is that for me personally, when there's a group of people who are like all together, especially young people, who are all together and who, you know, have the same values and love the same things, I find it's just so inspiring. Like these last couple of years, when Andrew and I have gone to seek, it's so hard not to stand in you're standing in a room with 26,000 college students who are all there just because they love the Lord. They want to love him better. And every time I'm in that room and like we'll say mass every morning with everyone. And it's so hard. Like I end up crying almost every mass because it's just so inspiring. To think that like there are so many people being, impacted like that. And I think that in those moments when you're in a big room, it's so easy to see like, oh my gosh, God's so here.
Yeah.
But even in, your classroom, God is still in that classroom at school. Even in, your group of friends and you're sitting at a table at lunch, God's sitting with you at that table.
Yeah.
It's so easy to see him, but it's also important to have faith in even like little moments of community, even if it's just a one-on-one conversation. But yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you say that God's even in a classroom because, that's obviously true, but God's even in like the bad things that go wrong, because you have to be grateful for even the bad, it's easy to be grateful for the good, but there's blessings in, what goes wrong today could go right, lead you on the right path tomorrow.
For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. I never said I wanted to be in a classroom.
Yeah.
God is still in there.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I think it's inspiring too, being at something like Seek. I haven't gone yet, and I truly want to, and I plan to.
Really good. It's in Fort Worth this year.
Yes, in January.
Which
yes.
is right around the corner from us. It's
I was about to sign up.
You should.
I want to. Yeah.
You should look into it. Talk to one of the missionaries.
Yeah.
Or we can talk later. It's a great thing. I didn't want to go at first. Our friend Lauren McClellan.
Yes.
She drugged me on. And it was a good, much needed experience. And now I don't ever want to miss it.
Yeah.
It was just so much fun. And yes, on the community side, it's impeccable seeing the amount of people there who want to get to know you and want to get to know the Lord and want to serve other people.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody there would have a fun time with the big event.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so incredible.
No, that's true. It's
cheers, squeaky.
It is squeaky, but that's okay. I think it's like Cecilia said, it's something about like being surrounded by people your own age choosing to live the life that they're living.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it kind of goes back to the saying like the children are the church,
Mm-hmm.
because we are the like future of the church.
Right.
But it's like seeing something like Seek is, I'm sure, inspiring because it's like you're actively choosing to be like to know God. You know what I mean? And whereas there's so many different choices to do nowadays too.
Yeah, even like in middle school and high school, your parents they still have like the capability to force you to go make a retreat.
Yeah.
Like they'll be like, oh well, I'll pay for it. But in college, you don't really have that as much.
It's your choice.
So yeah, what you do is pretty much entirely up to you. You're getting that taste of adulthood and that kind of quote freedom. But so I think that's when people start to realize that it's actually what they decide to do that's so important. But yeah, and you said something about it earlier. You kind of touched up on it about how even in the bad things, in the bad moments, or what may seem as bad moments, God's working in them too. What role does community play in carrying another's burdens?
What role does community play in carrying another person? Okay. Yes.
But that kind of goes back to what you were saying about the hurricane.
The hurricane, yeah. I think it was Hurricane Laura too, where Texas got hit hard, and it was crazy. And some people from Louisiana, I don't know how many, but a lot went. I think it was the Cajun Navy too. Mm-hmm. They went to Texas to help and just be there in any way that they could. And that is a great example of community, where it's not even in our state, but we're choosing to go out to help you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's like, there's this Bible verse that's always like been in our family Like, we've always talked about it, and my dad always kind of serves by it. It's Matthew 5:41, and it says, "And if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with them 2. Give him who begs from you, and do not refuse him who would borrow from you." That kind of like, it's a little tie-in. It's like with Chick-fil-A too. You know, this is so random, I'm sorry. Why their service is so good is because they don't go 1 mile, they go 2. You know, they go the extra mile to make sure that you are enjoying what you're getting. And that's like with community, you know, with the Cajun Navy or the Cajuns going out to serve the Texans. Like, we didn't have to do that, but we chose to because we wanted to. We want to help.
Yeah.
Weird little.
You're making me hungry.
Path.
Chick-fil-A. Oh, sorry.
Waiting on you.
I got distracted by Chick-fil-A.
It's okay.
Oh, no.
Andrew and I obviously didn't eat lunch. But so yeah, absolutely. How would you say community is there to help you when you're doubting in your faith or that kind of thing? How would you say community is there to back you up?
Like when you lose your house in a hurricane.
This is true. That is a good example of like kind of offering it up. Like, you need, if you're getting your house destroyed or something's happening, you need sometimes to take yourself out of the picture. And that's what I think other people can kind of help you see. You're like, this is horrible, I'm sorry, I can help you. But like, also try offering it up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, obviously not dismissing what happened, because you'll grieve for that and it'll be sad, but having someone to be able to tell you like, hey, I'll be here praying for you, you know, like, this isn't going to be the end. It's literally not the end of the world.
Yeah.
You are still alive. That's what truly matters. And I know I'm playing into the whole hurricane, so I'll take a step away from that.
It's
but
relevant towards us.
Yeah.
Hurricane season is now.
Hey, I'm scared. But yeah, so literally having someone to be able to say like, hey, like, I'm here alongside with you. Just because something happened to you, you know, I can still try to carry that cross alongside you and pray for you.
Like, not Peter, but Simon.
Simon, not Peter. But yeah, that's a great example of choosing to help someone, you know.
See how it all ties in together?
I'm sure Simon had things going on at home.
Oh, probably.
He probably, maybe he was on his way home. Maybe he got caught up in the traffic.
The crowd.
Yeah, he got caught up in the crowd.
After a long day of work. Be home and eat some
Chick-fil-A.
The Lord's chicken.
It bothers me that they're closed on Sundays.
But it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
But sometimes that's what I want.
You crave it the most on a Sunday.
It's always things you can't have.
You got to be grateful for it.
Yeah.
Because you'll get it on any other day.
You know,
exactly. But it would taste so much better on the Sunday. After your 10 a.m. mass service, man, that you get out, it's 11. After you're done talking, it's 11:30. Go right to Chick-fil-A. God, that would be the best thing ever.
Right. It's like when you think about the food, when you think about the food, you mourn it. When you think about the employees who work there, you're like, you know what, good for them.
Yeah. They deserve that.
Rest.
It's a Sabbath, you know.
Rest.
Yeah.
Gotta wait till Monday. Well, Andrew, we only had one more question for you, but I think that you pretty much answered it just by sitting and being here and talking as much as you did. But I'll ask it anyways. And the last question.
It was good that you talked as much as you did.
I was like, dang, I'm scared.
What are some practical ways to build authentic Christian community today?
Okay. There's a lot of things that happen in our community. Mm-hmm. There's like retreats like Awakening, you know, just literally
which, not to cut you off, but I do have a little audio clip from Bishop Sam Jacobs that I'm going to be playing at the end of this episode as kind of like a little promotion for Awakening. He began Awakening, the first ever here at McNeese.
Wow. Yeah.
And Father Trey Angie was gracious enough to get this little audio clip from him that I will be putting at the end of this episode. Anyways, that's it for Awakening.
Okay.
Continue.
Shout out.
Fun fact. A&M got Awakening from McNeese.
Yeah.
Now McNeese will get
The big event.
from A&M.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That was 43
I know.
years ago.
Come on now.
I just learned only a couple months ago that McNeese was the school that started Awakening,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
So I think what happened was we stopped doing it for a few years.
Yeah.
And then LSU began doing theirs, and then people kind of thought that it came from LSU. And then we started again.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But
Nah,
yeah.
It's all over
No.
several college campuses and universities
Yeah.
now, much
Yeah.
like the big event.
And that's something needed too, Awakening. Like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
literally going out of your way to kind of build foundations of faith with your classmates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure. So,
Absolutely.
anyways, not to defer from
Yes,
the
that's
question. What are authentic ways to build a Christian community? I butchered that.
No.
What are practical ways to build an authentic Christian community?
Well, I think it's just showing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Awakening. I'll go back to it again. You know, that's a great opportunity for you to either learn more about your faith and grow in it with your people that you walk with every day,
Mm-hmm.
or to lead by an example, to hold something and kind of put something on like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then candlelight, just going to that, you know, being in such a powerful state of grace, you know, in the atmosphere of it, it's crazy. But I don't know, we have Bible studies, stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do.
I'll see you there tonight, right? 6:15?
6:15, yes. Thank you, I forgot.
Good.
Yes, no, I didn't. Oh, but yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's easy, but it's not. Because
I also feel like
It takes time.
kind of another practical way too is just to make new friends. Like actually talk to the people in your classes.
yeah,
Introduce yourself and be your authentic self. Like, don't shy away from topics like your faith, you know.
yeah,
I think any opportunity to introduce someone to Christ is something you should take. So yeah, even just a simple like, hey, you know, an effort to be someone's friend is still an opportunity. Even if you don't mention Christ at all, the fact that if you believe that Christ is part of the conversation, then, you know, maybe they get to witness Christ through you, even without you saying something.
yeah,
So even that, and then, you know, eventually it will be like, you know, what is it about this person? What do they do? What do they surround themselves with? I think, oh, they go to mass every Sunday. Or like, oh, they go to they make these retreats, or oh, you know, this is the kind of life that they live. You know, if you want to be like that, maybe you'll start taking those kind of steps.
yeah. That goes into I'm gonna go off of what you said about literally just being your authentic self. Like for me, I know God made me to be loud and outgoing and just very extroverted, and I try my best to play into that, you know, because it comes natural, but
Right.
like that's who God made me to be.
Right.
And
he wants to use that.
yeah, like not doing that would be an injustice in a way to him. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Not using the talents that God gave you.
Yes. Yeah.
Talents and gifts and characteristics.
Quirks. All of it.
Everything.
All little spunky things about you.
Exactly. Spunky.
That's a word.
I don't know where it came from.
Well, on that note, Andrew, do you have any final thoughts? Anything you'd like to say to the masses of people? Anything you want to leave off with? Any shout outs to anyone? Any closing thoughts?
I don't know. The big event, we're looking for people who want to get involved. So for the committees, like we're looking, you know, we're recruiting. You'll be seeing me on campus. But I do want to thank y'all for the opportunity to speak on this and to talk about community and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be able to be given this opportunity. So
Well, thank you for joining us, Andrew. It's been delightful. And thank you, Momma Dalton. for
yes, Linda Dalton.
sitting in
Hello.
as well. Andrew, would you like to pray us out?
Sure. I have a hat on. I have to take that off.
First things first.
So sorry, I've had hair.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Anyways.
Take a picture for the Instagram.
Great. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Lord, for this time that we have together to grow as students, and for all those that are listening. I pray that we grow closer together in community, and that you help us to further be the people that you want us to be individually and as a whole. I ask that anyone that is feeling the lack of community, that they truly feel the blessing that you've given this specific area of Louisiana, for them to be wrapped around in warmth and kindness. I ask that these people that are listening feel inspired to either be on the big event or to come to Newman and come to Bible study and candlelight. Amen.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm Father Trey Angie here with Bishop Sam Jacobs. And Bishop Jacobs, thank you very much for taking the time. I wanted to ask if you could share a little bit of encouragement for our Cowboy Catholic community and the Awakening community in Lake Charles, where it all began.
Thank you. As you just said, that's where the awakening began, and it would be like someone saying to Jesus, "What good can come from Nazareth?" They could say, "What good can come from McNeese?" And you can say the awakening is what good comes from McNeese, among other things. And it's an opportunity to give thanks to God for His blessings, because the awakening, as most of you hopefully know, is all around the country right now, many of these colleges around the country, and over the years has touched probably tens of thousands of young adults and brought them to an evangelization moment, a conversion moment. And for the most part, these moments have transformed lives and have made people closer to Christ and closer to the church. In some cases, it didn't go that direction, but I think we know that God is faithful, and that God will continue to pour out His grace upon those who are open to it. And the Spirit is alive and moving very, very powerfully. And that's in a sense, the heart of the awakening. It awakens us to the move of the Spirit in Christ and in the Father. And so I encourage you who are involved in the awakening staff in the community. I encourage you to continue to invite others to come, and encourage you to show in your lives how you have been transformed by Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Bishop.